Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I first want to say a warm welcome to all of my new subscribers. I've also found a way to make the quality of the clips a little bit better, so hopefully you'll see from this point forward less of the pixelation issues. Alright, let's get on with the video. So this first clip is from Dublin, happened a couple of months back, and I'll overlay a couple of pictures of the aftermath. The truck plows through a whole line of traffic, taking out multiple cars along the way. 7 people were hospitalised as a result and 1 seriously. I'm going to stick a little NSFW warning on this one. Nobody dies thankfully, but it's a pretty hardcore clip. The woman and her passenger, although they are trapped in the car, amazingly, they report only minor injuries. Alright, over to Texas for this one. The state troopers narrowly missed being crushed by a second truck while they're surveying the first one. What are the chances of that? Over to Canada now, and this clip is pretty wild. Before recording starts, this guy destroys a whole bunch of cars and causes absolute mayhem. People are trying to stop him, but good luck stopping a 2-ton truck driven by a madman. The guy holding the sign cracks me up. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that this clip is probably from China. I just can't believe that these guys weren't harmed, or at least not seriously. They should definitely go and buy some lottery tickets today. Alright, Steve down here in the fueling truck somehow manages to damage 2 aircraft. You know he's going to get sacked for this. That's probably $1 million worth of damage. He sheepishly gets out, knowing that he's f***ed it up. Don't worry too much about our Steve. He was able to get another job at a different airport. Let's see how he's getting on. Ah, here he is.
Listen!
Sake, Steve. Alright, so this idiot trucker is very clearly in the wrong, but I do want to focus on the cyclist here. Watched one too many videos over the years that tells me not to be in that position where she is. I'm sorry darling, but your bicycle is not going to win that fight. Speaking of road rage, for this one, green truck up ahead forces a baby lorry off the side of the road. Amazingly though, although he catches some serious air, he manages to keep it on track and get back on the road. Although I'm not too sure the Chinese porcelain that he was carrying would have fared too well. Over to United States for this one. I'll let the recorder do most of the commentating for this one.
Hey man, you put it into the bill. Damn! 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 Oh, that nigga. Oh! Bro, he just. Oh. Wow!
He then ups and leaves. His work here is done.
Wow!
Back to the UK. Although the white Jag is not at fault here, he is sitting in a truck's blind spot, and when the lorry goes to overtake, he gets hit with a classic pit maneuver. Okay, we've got a 2 for 1 in this clip. Can you imagine driving along the highway and seeing a trucker with his leg out of his window? Well, if you think that's bad, this guy is recording while driving while also watching a film, which probably makes him a bigger idiot. Let me just take a moment to say, if you do have any feedback, good or bad, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Let's crack on. That's a pretty close shave with that blue truck. And remember, dash cams make it look further away than it actually is. Swift in the USA have a little bit of a reputation. I'll put an anagram on the screen, but there are tons of videos out there to show exactly why this is the case. This one in particular that we're looking at has caught his trailer and got it stuck, but he's not one to give up.
Wow.
Best in class, sure. This happened in Berks County, Pennsylvania. There's an escort car in front of the truck that you can't see. They did have a height pole on it. You can see the power line on the left hand side if we just zoom in. But this car snags the power line with a height pole, and the truck just simply doesn't have enough time to stop behind it. This one is a very recent crash. It happened in Brampton, and Brampton unfortunately had 2 very serious truck accidents within 2 days. Thankfully for this one there were no serious injuries. On the other hand, the other one was fatal, so I won't be showing that one. It amazes me just how many people drive past without stopping. Really restores your faith in humanity, huh? Not too sure of the location for this one. Car changes lanes last second and slows down, so he's the idiot in this first part. No blame on the truck driver here, but watch what happens next. The truck's baby brother sees the crash and decides that he wants a little bit of action. This guy just cannot believe what he's seeing here. The truck here is simply driving too fast and manages to pull a sick stunt going up onto 2 wheels. The car seems a little bit oblivious to the whole thing and doesn't brake until he would have already been dead had this thing gone over. Another case of a distracted driver here. An oncoming truck veers out of his lane and onto the other side of the road, sideswiping the truck on our side. That's inches away from being a fatal crash. Okay, based on the quality of this last clip, it may or may not be old. I cannot find a source. This truck is trying to load onto a ferry. The ferry doesn't secure itself, so when the truck gets half on board, it gets pushed back by the weight and the truck plummets into the river. Don't worry too much about the driver, he does manage to escape. You can just see his door closing and I'll zoom it in for you. Anyway guys, that's the last clip. Again, I just want to thank everybody that's watched the video so far, and welcome to all of the new subscribers here on Car Chaos Central. Stick around and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Урсо, Урал.